If a potential juror has previously sued a doctor in a medical malpractice case in New York, does that automatically disqualify them from serving as a juror in another medical malpractice case here in New York? Would you like to learn the answer? Come join me as I share with you this great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial lawyer practicing law here in the state of New York. All right, so today we're talking about jury selection and what happens if a potential juror has brought a lawsuit in the past against a doctor claiming that he or she caused them injury. Does that mean that this person can no longer serve as a juror in a medical malpractice case in the state of New York? Here's what's going to happen. Once we learn this information, each attorney is now going to question this particular juror to see whether or not this particular juror is biased, whether or not they have a hatred towards doctors, whether or not they want to sit on this case to get back at another doctor. Why? Because if they brought a lawsuit in the past against a physician claiming that that doctor did something wrong, the defense certainly is going to be very concerned and very worried because he doesn't want a potential juror sitting there saying, hey, I didn't get a great result in my case. I want to now give it to the next injured victim who brings a lawsuit against their doctor. And the defense attorney will likely ask this particular person whether they have a bias, whether they are prejudging anything based upon their prior experience, and will likely do everything possible to get this particular juror excused from this particular case. And in all likelihood, this particular person is not going to be the ideal juror for this particular jury. Each side needs to start off evenly so that everybody who's sitting on the jury tells us that they are not biased and that they are not prejudiced and can judge this case fairly. And the reality is nobody's ever going to turn around and say, I can't judge this. Why? Because I'm not impartial. Why? Because I'm not fair. They don't actually come out and say that. So instead, we have to probe their experience, we have to probe their background, we have to probe their life experiences to see what has gone on in their past. If there's anything similar, why did they bring a lawsuit? What were they thinking? What were they feeling? And if they did bring a lawsuit, what was the result? So what's the bottom line? The bottom line is that a potential juror who's brought a lawsuit in the past against a doctor probably is not the best type of juror to sit on our case involving a medical malpractice matter. So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight and an understanding into what goes on here in the litigation process in the state of New York. You know, a lot of people don't talk about this when you hear about cases like this. So I wanted to give you this great information to teach you and to educate you. It's really important. And as always, if you have legal questions, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. This is something I do every single day and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at Oginski-law.com. Well, that's it for today's quick video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.